Hey, so I made a compilation of DC previews issues 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is pretty much everything coming out in October, November, December, and January, up to like January 28th. So here's Batman Secret Files #1. It's written by a bunch of people. It seems pretty cool. Has a strange premise, but it's like a one-shot. Should be cool. I'd probably pick that up. Nice cover shot there. And next we got Heroes in Crisis #2. I think everyone knows what Heroes in Crisis is about. I'm looking forward to it. I enjoyed issue 1. But yeah, we'll see how good it is. I'm not a fan of Tom King's Batman, but I do like his other stuff, so could be cool. There's the variant cover, or at least one of them. Not sure how many variants there's going to be, but I'm pretty sure. They're probably going to have a blank variant too, maybe. I don't know. Could have just been for #1. This one's pretty sweet. I like all these crossovers. It's Deathstroke and Yogi Bear special. It's always a fun premise. The variant cover is pretty sweet too. I like a lot of these variant covers. They also credit the wrong people in the solicit because maybe they changed it like later on, I guess, or something happened. So just be wary of that. And I'll try to point out if I know off the top of my head if I see it or can remember it in time. But yeah, that variant is sweet. The A cover is also awesome too. This one's Green Lantern Huckleberry Hound special. Once again, I enjoy these crossovers, even though they're really silly. And I think this one has a Secret Squirrel backup story as well, and so does the last issue. I'm not sure if they all do, but at least those two do. Actually, they all do. Yeah, and that variant cover is pretty cool too. Snagglepuss Chronicles, if you guys read that, Huckleberry Hound died in it, and his son kind of took over. So I think this one makes sense with like Huckleberry Hound's son being the main character. So we'll see if they stick to continuity or not. Nightwing Magilla Gorilla special. Yeah, it seems pretty silly. Dude, I'm sorry I can't go over all these premises in time. There's just so much to read. But hey, that's what the pause function's for, right? I'm sorry I'm doing this very lazily, at least audio-wise. But yeah, just compiling this list in video action alone took forever, obnoxiously long, and I just didn't feel like making the extra 2 or 3 day effort to like record vocals and cut it and stuff, and I just don't have time. So this is what you get. I'm sorry, but hey, at least you get a cool compilation of covers, right? All right. Superman Top Cat special. Top Cat looks pretty silly there. Next, that variant cover is pretty sweet too. But yeah, next we got, I think, Action Comics. Yeah, 1004. I believe that came out today, the day of this recording. And I actually hear it's pretty good. I'm not a fan of Bendis' Action Comics or Superman, but I did hear good things about this story. And it kind of gives a clue of what went down with like Lois and Clark's relationship. And that variant cover is awesome by Francis Manapul. Next, we got Batman Beyond. This one's a foil cover as well, just like the Action Comics one. This one came out today as well, and it's Return of Joker, and it's kind of titled The Final Joke. So should be cool. I heard good things about it as well, and I think I have the variant cover on here as well. Yeah, that one's pretty cool. I think honestly like the A cover foil better, but I do like the idea of the original Joker coming back up. Next, I believe it's a Sideways annual, and it's cool. Guest starring Superman, Dan DiDio and Grant Morrison. I heard Grant Morrison's writing like the Superman parts, which is pretty sweet. So I'd probably pick that up. I'm not sure how into those DC New Age of Heroes are into, but I like a good bit of them. I like Silencer a lot. This foil cover came out today as well, and it's really sweet looking. And she's fighting Talia al Ghul there, and it looks like she's being drowned in the Lazarus pit, which is pretty gnarly. Then Terrifics, which I think is awesome. I love Jeff Lemire. And it kind of looks like their own version of Doctor Doom there, which is pretty sweet too. And that one's a full cover that came out today as well. Next we got the Terrifics Annual #1. What's really cool is getting the annual treatment. Just a handful of these are getting annuals. I don't think they're all getting annuals because like most of them are getting canceled. But this one sounds like a lot of fun. Once again, I like the Terrifics a lot. I like Jeff Lemire. And this one looks pretty funny. I found like a blurry vision of the final cover called Night of the Plastic Men. So it's just a bunch of plastic men everywhere. It should be really silly. And this one says it goes on sale October 31st. So 48 pages too. That's pretty cool. This one's really cool too. It's a Vertigo 25 years celebration. So it's a bunch of different artists, or a bunch of different writers. So if you like these big collections, $40, 400 pages, mature readers, comes out in November. It's pretty cool too. V for Vendetta and Watchmen, different editions. If you haven't read those already, you can always just go to Comixology and get them on sale for like $5 or something like that, But if you want something nice on your bookshelf, pick those up. This Merit statue is awesome, designed by Joel Jones. So sick. I'm not even like a statue guy, but man, it's a beaut. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Very shiny. Also, I think it's worth noting these covers that came out this week that were my favorite from DC that were not in these solicits. First off, the Batgirl Middleton cover. It's a beauty. How are you going to deny yourself some Middleton? Got the Brooks Detective Comics, looking awesome. Two-Face, posing with that gun, sick. Got this Flash variant, so awesome. So yeah, I'd recommend those if you didn't get them today yet. Next is this other previews issue. This part was a pain in the ass to compile just because there's so much mix-up. A lot of different artists were credited wrongly. But yeah, here's all the Drowned Earth stuff. The Road to Drowned Earth. Titans, this came out today, I believe, as well. Number 28. So it's a prelude tie-in. But yeah, I've enjoyed the stuff I've read so far. Seems pretty cool. There's a variant cover. It's pretty nice. I forgot what that guy's called. That's not Aqualad, it's something else. But yeah, pretty decent. This continues on into the official Justice League Aquaman Drowned Earth 1. So that's like part 1, I guess, no longer prelude. But yeah, pretty cool. This is variant covers by Frank Cho, but I believe he did not do any of the variant covers. I believe he got taken off and replaced by different artists. So each time you see Frank Cho on there, it's a different artist, I believe. But yeah, pretty cool. That one is a Manipul, Francis Manipul, I believe, variant cover instead of Frank Cho. So yeah, very cool, very sick. Drowned Earth Part 2, which is Justice League 11. And this main cover is by Francis Manipul as well. The variant cover, see if I can remember off the top of my head later on. I want to say it's a Middleton, but we'll see when it pops up. Because this one says that the variant cover is credited by Jay Lee, and I don't believe he did any of the covers. I could be mistaken, but yeah, check out that variant right there. It almost looks like Matina. I don't know. It might be a Matina. But yeah, that's a beauty. Looks like from the movie Aquaman. And then the next one in order is Justice League 12, which is Drowned Earth Part 3. And yeah, even inside the solicit, they're like organized wrong. I had to go to like Scott Snyder's Twitter and figure out the actual order of things and then arrange from that. and arrange them in that order for you here. So yeah, that cover's pretty cool too. Written by James Tynion the fourth. With the Aquaman variant cover, it looks awesome too. And I forgot this dude's name that did this cover. See if I can remember. Barillo, I think, is something like that. But yeah, and then this one is the Aquaman 42. It's a Drowned Earth tie-in, written by Dan Abnett, and I believe all this Drowned Earth stuff is like, I think, kind of his last story arc before it's being taken over. But yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed Aquaman thus far. I didn't think it was bad by any means. There's another Aquaman preview. Got Momoa on the cover, and that looks like it's a Middleton, but it's not. It's some other dude. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. I probably should just like edit it in here and put it. But yeah, I'm sure you'll find out like when it comes. But so sick. You gotta give it up for these covers. They're so nasty. And this one is also by Maniple. It's a beauty, and that's the finale. So a lot of sweet stuff. And this variant cover, I believe, is the variants. I can't say I'm positive. I'm sorry that I'm not positive, but it's very, very hard to find which variant cover is to what for these issues. So I believe this is the current one. This sounds awesome. American Carnage, written by Brian Hill from Vertigo. It's like a disgraced FBI agent offered a chance of redemption, sends him undercover to infiltrate like a white supremacist group. But yeah, it just seems like a really, really cool storyline. It's something I'm really interested in. This one was also in the previews, Batman Damned issue 2. This says it's coming out November 21st, but I'm pretty sure it got postponed to like December. At first I thought it was like January, but I think I read recently it's coming out in December. So yeah, I heard they had to redo a bunch of art and edit stuff out. So unfortunate, but it is what it is. This is DC Nuclear Winter Special number 1. It sounds fun. Nice little Christmas special. Comes out November 28th, I believe. But yeah, a lot of different short stories. Paul Dini, Steve Orlando, Marguerite Scott. Yeah, should be fun. We got art by Putri. Also, I love Yasmin Putri. So it should be cool. Doomsday Clock, issue 8. I'm still loving Doomsday Clock. I know a lot of people don't like it, but man, it's one of the things I look forward to. Like each time, each issue, I'm just like pumped. Like that gets me going to my comic book stores. Doomsday Clock. So super pumped for it. Nice little cat cover. I forgot that cat's name though. If you guys remember, go ahead and comment that in the section. But yeah, he's super cool. And it's the variant cover, which is really sweet. You got Ozymandias too doing the puppets. So this is a new thing coming out called Electric Warriors 1 by Steve Orlando, and it's kind of a throwback. It's like set in the previous unexplored timeline of the Cosmic Dark Age. Steve Orlando is pretty good at writing like these new stories, new characters. I think he did The Unexpected, I believe, is the new Age of Heroes he did. But for me, and that variant cover's sick. It's by Bengal, who also does Death or Glory. But yeah, my problem with Steve Orlando is usually make things like really convoluted. I don't know, and just characters I usually don't care about. Green Lantern 1, everyone is stoked for Green Lantern 1 by Grant Morrison. It was supposed to be just a simple cop story, he said, but then everyone saw the new cover for issue 4 coming out where it looks like he's yelling at God. It's like, oh shit, things are gonna get complicated and insane, as Morrison's best at. And I believe this is the variant cover as well. Pretty cool. But I just really, really love that Liam Sharp original cover. Next, we got Heroes in Crisis issue 3. Yeah, it should be interesting. I mean, I don't think anyone knows at all what's going to happen. So much speculation, but yeah, they got me hooked already from issue 1. I gotta read the rest of them. Very, very nice art. Clayman is just amazing. There's the variant cover. I picked the variant cover for the first one. I'll probably continue to get these as well. I like the way they feel. The texture is really nice on them. It's like the Polaroid's like glossy, then the rest is like a strange, like kind of smooth texture. Shazam #1, Jeff Johns. Everyone's pretty hyped for this. Big exercise issue. They got a variant cover by Gary Frank, which I couldn't find. I tried really hard to find the variant cover. You figured they'd be out by now, but I couldn't find anything on the Gary Frank variant cover. But here's some art from New York Comic Con that they premiered there. So I included that in for you for a little bit. It looks nice, you know, nice art. I'm intrigued. I definitely want to read that. Next is Suicide Squad Black Files. Now this is something that got delayed like a long time ago. I want to say like last year, maybe like early last year. It got postponed like pretty much a year and a half, or you know. But this seems interesting. If you take some time, read that solicit. But it just, you know, I think it's like kind of two different stories happening at once. I don't know. But all that art and stuff they had done for a while. Wonder Woman 58 and 59. You know, I enjoyed this art too. It looks great. Dodson always crushing it. I think she did the DC Bombshells, or they did the DC Bombshells. So there's two Dodsons doing it. Variant cover by Jenny Frison. Frison is just the one who got me buying Wonder Woman. You know, just the art alone for their covers are so good. Love Jenny Frison. Alright, then next we got Action Comics 1005. So the murderous mystery of the Red Cloud uncovered. So I guess he kind of figures out who Red Cloud is. Should be interesting. You know, I know Superman can't touch this Red Cloud, but can't he use this like super breath to blow her away? I don't know. Just saying. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna read that. Adventures of the Super Sons #4. This cover is awesome. I love this cover so much. And I haven't read any of the new Super Sons, which is a shame because I love Tomasi. Tomasi is great at writing Superman and Super Sons. So I mean, I might just pick this up for this cover alone. It looks really cool. And next is Batman issues 58 and 59. And I think he's supposed to team up with the Penguin in this one. Like they're supposed to fight for like an issue or two, and then like they end up teaming up is what I hear. But yeah, these Janet covers are awesome. And I believe I found the Mattina variant as well. Gotta love Mattina. You know, that's gonna be on everyone's pick of the week, you know. That's so good. Mattina is just a beast. And then this is also what I found for the variant cover, or the next cover for 59. It's on DC.com, but I couldn't find a good resolution one. This one is the next Batman Beyond, issue 26, continues that Final Joke storyline. That cover's pretty sweet. I like how he's like balding. Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually excited to read this, and I like Dan Jurgens. I think he's doing a great job with Batman Beyond. Next is Damage. This is pretty cool. He's fighting Superman, so Damage for Superman. You know, written by Robert Venditti. Venditti's doing awesome with Hawkman, and I think he's doing pretty good with Damage as well. Some issues are like kind of a miss, but I would say it's pretty good for the most part. I would say I'd rank them all maybe like a 7, sometimes like an 8 out of 10, which is pretty good considering what it is. Deathstroke, Arkham. He's straight up in an Arkham. You know, before the Deathstroke vs. Batman thing happened, Deathstroke found out that his AI suit, that he wasn't talking to his AI in the suit. He was like found out there was no AI. He was like talking to himself. So he's going into Arkham. It's gonna be cool. And there's the Mattina cover, badass, so sick. I want all the Mattina covers. So nice. Next is Detective Comics 992 and 993. Now, I gave the cover for 992 in the solicit. or 991 actually. And so I found this one. So I think this is the cover. Not positive. I couldn't find any cover for 992, 993. And that's a Gabriel Del Auto variant cover that you can find. That's gonna be awesome. I love Del Auto. He's one of my favorites. If you can find his Batman, Dark Knight's Metal like covers, those are amazing too. Doom Patrol issue 12, written by Gerard Way. He's back. Gerard Way's back. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Doom Patrol fans. New show coming out. Come out of the Teen Titans DC app, you know. I mean, it could be cool. Everyone's doing these Dungeons and Dragons stories, and I feel like he's kind of jumping on the bandwagon there. But yeah, Flash 58 and 59, written by Joshua Williamson, of course. Joshua Williamson is doing an amazing job with the Flash, in my opinion. I think it's one of the best runs of the Flash like ever written. Of course, looking for the Force Quest Part 1 and 2. I'm kind of tired of seeing him fight Gorilla Grodd or Gorilla Grodd's. Like, that happens so damn much. I'm over it. But like, that variant cover is really, really cool too. I don't know. I just like it. It looks really nice. Very, very aesthetically appealing. Next, Green Arrow 46. This cover's really cool too. You kind of, I guess Green Arrow is fighting Citizen, and I don't know. I liked some earlier Green Arrow, and I kind of dropped off after the one where he's fighting that one dude in prison. And that was a really good storyline, but after that I just kind of dropped off. So I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up or not, but I might wait for the next story arc after this and see what happens. Variant cover's pretty cool. This one is Old Lady Harley number 2. Old Lady Harley issue 1 came out today. So here's issue 2. I included it because like the cover is pretty funny. You got an old Catwoman, old Clayface, the Riddler, Mr. Freeze. I don't know. It looks silly. I just included it because the cover is pretty funny to me. With the cats, crazy cat lady, fantastic. Hawkman number 6, Venditti. He is like a genius for combining all the old history and origins of Hawkman and make them all fit continuity. He's just doing an amazing job. I'm really enjoying Hawkman. It's just very smart. It's very smart writing. And there's a variant cover, very nice. And he's meeting up with Adam in this one, so that's fun. And then we get the Injustice 2 annual number 2 by Tom Taylor. You know, he's just crushing. And this sounds really cool. Injustice 2 ends here, so as the story sets up to the Injustice 2 video game, they take one final look back at like Batman and Superman's like alliance and how it's torn apart. So yeah, I feel like it could be like a good throwback of like how relationships like started and ended. It should be pretty emotional. This is awesome. Injustice vs. Masters of the Universe. This is issue 5, written by Tim Seeley. I think Tim Seeley is a really good writer. I think he's very underrated. And this is awesome. I'm really loving the series. It's badass. There's all kinds of crazy combinations. There's all kinds of portrayals happening with Skeletor and Darkseid. It's so sick. So if you like He-Man at all, like, check that out. Highly recommend. Justice League Odyssey number 3, written by Joshua Williamson. I liked issue 1. I'm not really digging the Darkseid kind of being a part of the team, but I do enjoy the story. It's like really intriguing. And there's a variant cover, and I believe all the variant covers are going to be like connecting, so that's pretty cool. This one is Nightwing, issues 52 and 53. Who is Dick Grayson? That's the question haunting him after the devastating injury he suffered in Batman 55. I guess he's like fighting Scarecrow. I don't know. I'm not digging Nightwing anymore after Benjamin Percy left. Benjamin Percy was okay, but not really digging this new direction. Variant cover is really nice. Yeah, it's a beauty. It looks a little more like anime-ish, but still really nice. His colors are great too. Plastic Man number 6. This looks like Jonah Hill. Doesn't that look like Jonah Hill as Plastic Man? But yeah, that's one of the most disturbing things you'll probably see today. But yeah, Gail Simone, and I believe this is the last issue of Plastic Man. Yeah, it is. I really enjoyed issue 1. Issue 2 is okay, and haven't read any of the rest, but I will read all of them eventually. And Red Hood, this is Red Hood and the Outlaws, and it's no longer that. We all know it's Red Hood, Outlaw. There's no longer a team of outlaws. Scott Lobdell, he's the one that's writing Nightwing right now. Not digging his direction in Nightwing. I wish he would just stick to Red Hood, and I kind of wish someone would actually take Red Hood away from him and see what they could do with the character. I do like that Red Hood is back to his old ways, because that's the way he was supposed to be. I don't know, I like this cover. Variant cover's badass. I like that he's kind of like the Punisher, I don't know, that's the way he was supposed to be. Side Silencer, number 11. It's another one of the New Age heroes I liked. So this is the issue that happens after the Talia al Ghul thing. Yeah, I don't know, I'm enjoying it. Cover looks cool. It's intriguing. The issue after this, I believe, seems really, really intriguing as well. This one seems cool, Suicide Squad 48. I'm not digging this cover very much. It's supposed to have a Matina variant cover, which you will see. I included it here. But this one, I believe Amanda Waller awakes in prison and she has a bomb implanted in her head, which is awesome. And apparently Rick Flag is like the only one that can save her. And so he doesn't know if he wants to. Everyone hates Amanda Waller. I mean, I can't. She gives me like the biggest migraine. I can't stand her. I would love to see her die. It'd be awesome. But this Matina variant, so awesome, so sick. How many times can I say that? I don't know. We'll find out. Supergirl 24. This is a new artist taking over, Evan Doc Shaner, and I believe the insides are also about the same artist. So what you see on the cover is what you're going to see on the inside. I kind of like how people do that, but I'm not sure if I really dig this art very much. I really liked the other previous art. This is Superman number 5. Once again, I'm not digging Bendis' Superman, and this one, Superman and General Zod team up. Like, come on, I guess that's kind of cool, but I just don't see Zod doing that ever. I think he's too prideful, he has too much hubris, and he would never align himself with Superman, but whatever. Teen Titans 24. I'm not sure if I'm really digging Teen Titans, honestly, but I included it because I know a lot of people are into that. I got Crush on the cover. I guess this issue is more Crush-centric. I think the next one will be too, but it's pretty much like she's the only one that can save them, I think, is what's going on here. Then we got Titans. I think that's Titans 29 and 30th. I believe this is a cover to 29. In the solicit, they only had the cover for 30, so I had to dig this one out and find myself. But yeah, it should be the cover for 29. It's called Marooned, Part 1 and Part 2. I dropped off of Titans as well after the last run. That variant cover is really cool. Digging that. But I don't know. Titans is one of those things where I got into late, in late Rebirth, and I dug up starting from the beginning of Titans Rebirth 1, and I really liked it. I was kind of bummed I didn't read it as it came out. So there's the cover for issue 30, and this is also the variant cover for issue 30 as well, which is really nice. But I should probably start reading Titans. I heard some people don't like it, but hey man, everyone has their own taste, I guess. But I really like the last one. I'll probably like this one. Terrifics number 10, Jeff Lemire. I guess they're teaming up with Tom Strong, so that should be pretty cool. I guess the bad guy is called Doc Dread. So that's kind of like their version of Doctor Doom, which I like because I don't know, I like the whole entire Fantastic Four DC team. There's some cool things coming out. Got Animal Man, Anniversary Edition, Batman Europa, Green Arrow, written by Jeff Lemire. Got Justice League by Alex Ross, Extraordinary Gentlemen, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Got Shazam by Alex Ross. There's some really cool stuff coming out. Got Joshua Middleton, Superman Shazam. That statue's pretty cool. I'm not really digging it, although I do like Sean Murphy's White Knight. So this is the next one. We're almost done. We're a third way through. Probably about halfway through, actually. So we got the Batman Who Laughs, number 1. I'm super pumped for this, actually. I really enjoyed the Dark Knight's Metal series. Art and cover by Jock. Teaming up once again. I think it's awesome. I guess they're supposed to have a new Batman Dark Knight who's supposed to be like the Punisher. So I think that's really, really cool. That's also the rumored to be Greg Capullo variant cover. So I found that online, thought I'd include it. It's not final, but I believe that's what it's supposed to be. And there's the upcoming new Dark Knight, and I forgot his name, but I believe this listed after that does say the name. Here's Batman the Outsiders, written by Brian Hill. I really didn't like his Detective Comics run, which this comes out of. So if you're going to read this, I'd recommend picking that up so you get more of a backstory behind it. But I wasn't too big on it. So I'll probably not read this, or if I do, I'll probably pick it up and trade. But that's just my opinion. Some people really liked it, so hey, more power to you. This sounds pretty cool. Freedom Fighters #1. They're bringing back the Freedom Fighters. I'm sure eventually we'll see the return of Uncle Sam. Written by Robert Venditti. I love me some Venditti. Dude is really clever and smart writing. And also included some of the concept art, not concept art, but the actual final pages of, like, I think 3 pages that are going to be in this issue #1. So here's that. I mean, the art looks awesome. I like the Earth X kind of stuff. Love seeing people take down Nazis. I love the idea and thought of like revolution. It's pretty cool. So we'll see how good it is, but I'll probably pick that up. I mean, it looks beautiful. Martian Manhunter #1. I was excited for this, but once again, Steve Orlando's writing it. I'm not the biggest Steve Orlando fan. I do respect him, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of his writing, his style of writing. Once again, I think he writes things too convoluted and complicated. I don't know. I don't think he's a strong writer. He's a smart guy, but this one sounds really cool. New Talent Showcase 2018. It's all the upcoming new artists and writers. So if you want to see what's going to be coming out in DC in the future, I'd totally pick this up and get a heads up. This just intrigues me. I like to see what this new talent's going to write and how they write it, what it looks like. So I definitely would pick this up. And this is going to be in prestige format, $7.99. American Carnage #2, continuation of Brian Hill. I'm not a big Brian Hill fan, but this sounds awesome. I definitely want to read this. See this dude. He's a white passing African American FBI agent going undercover as into a white nationalist gang. This just sounds really intriguing. It should be like a movie or a TV show. New Aquaman 43. This is the new writer taking over, Kelly Sue DeConnick. The art in this coming up looks amazing, and I think I might pick it up just for the art. Storyline doesn't excite me too much. It's kind of like he has not insomnia. He's like amnesia, another character with amnesia. And then Mira is trying to find him also. I don't know, it sounds kind of dumb, but here's Batman 60 and 61. Batman and Penguin teaming up, which is kind of cool. I'm not too crazy about it. I feel like Tom King always has some good ideas, but poor follow through and poor writing and just metaphors or things that don't really connect. I don't know. This is Batman Annual #3, written by Tom Taylor. I really like Tom Taylor as a writer. I think he's pretty good. I love his Injustice. He's great at that, and I'm glad he's writing Batman for this annual at least. And so that should be pretty cool. And I think this is an Alfred story-centric story, so that's pretty fun. This is Curse of Brimstone, and he's going to be fighting Dr. Fate, which is pretty cool. And I'm not a big Curse of Brimstone fan either. I think I picked up the first 3 or 4 issues and I dropped off, but I heard things have been popping off in there, so I might pick it up again, starting with this Dr. Fate issue, see what happens with him. This is Damage #12, and instead of Damage vs. Superman, it's Damage vs. the Justice League. So that's gonna be pretty cool. I think in this they're supposed to recruit Damage to join the Justice League, and then he flips out or something during his time there, and so I don't know. It could be fun. Once again, this is Deathstroke Arkham, issue 38. It's Deathstroke 38, part of the Deathstroke Arkham series. Little story sideline thing kind of going on. it sounds intriguing. Just Deathstroke and Arkham and trying to figure out if he's crazy or not. Just is really intriguing, and I guess Two-Face is somehow involved. So it should be cool. This is Detective Comics 994, new writer for Detective Comics, Peter Tomasi. Super stoked. I love Tomasi. I think he's gonna do like an awesome job with Batman. I can't wait to see what he does with Batman. It just sounds so amazing. And I think all these issues coming out are kind of like their own individual stories too. Like instead of having a big story arc, it's kind of like each issue is its own little mini story. That's just what I think so far. Could be wrong, but that's what I think. This is Flash number 60. This one, he's trying to get the Strength Force again. Like, I feel like, man, it's like we just had this storyline. Anyways, this girl on the cover is called Powerhouse. She's got the Strength Force. And then I do believe that he's going to try to team up with her later on in the future, but right now they're battling. This is Green Arrow 47. Once again, he's got beef with Citizen. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to pick this up. I'm probably going to wait until this whole entire Citizen storyline is over before I start picking it up. But hey, you got a nice cover. Cover looks pretty sweet. I like it. This Green Lantern number 2. Super stoked. Says someone is transporting a mysterious cargo out of the Great Void, and it spells trouble for the universe at large. Hal Jordan interrogates a member of the Spider Guild for answers and uses his pheromones as an interrogation tool. What? But can he extract the info in time? Meanwhile, Volgar Row makes a play for Earth while its Emerald Protector is off-world. Sounds insane. Grant Morrison at his best, right? Here we got Hawkman number 7, and they're into the like microverse, I believe. So we'll see what happens with this. I think I read up to Hawkman issue 3 or 4, but this is something I feel like I need to read in trade. You know, there's just so much going on. It's better to do it with like one sitting. Justice League 13 and 14. I think 13 is a James Tynion League of Doom kind of issue, and then issue 14, of course, is by Scott Snyder and James Tynion. I think they're doing a great job. I really love Justice League. I think this Justice League might go down as like Snyder's best work or one of his best things he's ever done. Justice League Dark number 6. I love me some Justice League Dark. Tiny's doing an awesome job, I think, with these characters. And this one, they're fighting Blue Devil. So interesting. I'm intrigued. I don't know. I feel like they're changing bad guys too often. So I don't know. But it looks cool. I'll probably get it. Nightwing 54 and 55. Scott Lobdell. I'm not sure how long Scott Lobdell is going to be on Nightwing, because it was supposed to be like a temporary thing, but I feel like he's going to be taking over like forever now. But yeah, this one is just Dick Grayson having more identity, issues, and stops being Nightwing, I believe. And then there's like other Nightwings that take over. I don't know, it sounds pretty dumb. This is Red Hood Outlaw 29, guest starring Batwoman. We haven't seen her since the end of her own solo series, and I'm excited to see them team up. I feel like they're kind of the edgelords of the Bat family. She has guns and is okay with killing people, and he's totally down with killing people. I feel like they should date. Would you like to see that? I like to see them date. I don't know. Shazam number 2. This seems fun. It looks like a Christmas special. It's like so early in the game to do that for like a new series, but it's called Shazam and the Seven Kingdoms Part 2. So yeah, it looks like Santa Claus on there. It seems fun. I feel like it's gonna be like more like family friendly kind of comic, but it's rated T for teen. I don't know. This is Suicide Squad number 49. Continues on the Rick Flag storyline of him possibly saving Amanda Waller from the bomb implant. It seems cool. I don't know. I'm not too into Suicide Squad. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan. I do enjoy me some issues though. But gotta pick up those Matina variants, and I couldn't find her for that one. Suicide Squad Black Files number 2. Seems interesting. This is trapped inside her Soul Taker sword. The soul of Katana is torn between staying with her murdered husband or rejoining the world of the living. So that sounds pretty cool. That's just part of the story. I feel like, once again, there's 2 storylines kind of going on at once. Supergirl, issue 25, big exercised issue. I think Mark and Draco has been doing an awesome job with Supergirl. I actually would recommend Supergirl over Superman Action Comics. Like, more answers are going on there with the whole entire Rogazar stuff and her journey into space with, I call him Super Good Boy, the dog, Crypto. Here's Superman number 6. Looks like we got an evil Jonathan Kent back there, so we'll see what happens with that. Man, I don't know. I hate this. Why? Bendis, why do you ruin everything? Teen Titans 25. This is also a special exercise issue. Once again, more Crush-centric. And this gives more about her origins. This is like her origin story, like where she came from and all that. So I'm intrigued to find out more about her. I don't know, the design is pretty cool. I don't know, but she's not my favorite or anything, but interesting enough. Here's Titans 31 by Dan Abnett. Sounds cool. It says there's a new leader of the Blood Cults, and her name is Mother Blood. So I don't know. I like stuff involving cults and magic, so I feel like maybe this would be a good time for me to start picking up Titans. We got Wonder Woman number 60. G. Willow Wilson writing. I think it's gonna be awesome. I think she'll do a great job, better than Steve Orlando. And we got, of course, the Jenny Frison variant covers to look forward to as well. So should be cool. I'm really looking forward to this DC poster portfolio by Stanley Artgerm. Man, everyone loves Artgerm. Just beautiful work. Looking forward to that. I might pick that up. Here's the Absolute Swamp Thing by Alan Moore. That's gonna be cool. We got Detective Comics before Batman. How insane is that? The issues before Batman came out. So I'm really curious to see what those are about. Mr. Miracle trade is finally available. If you've been waiting to pick that up, highly recommend that. It's Tom King, but he's done a really good job. This is Brian Azzarello, Wonder Woman. Intriguing. Big omnibus. We got Batman, Neil Adams, my favorite. He's one of my favorites. We got Detective Comics there. Batman Shaman sounds amazing. Written by Dennis O'Neil. I'm really curious. I really want to pick that up. We got a Reverse Flash compilation. This Dark Knight's Metal trade paperback includes 2 issues. Besides the deluxe edition hardcover. Like, I'd be so mad if I bought the hardcover and that trade has like extra issues. Like, what the hell? These Batman figures are awesome. They got the Ghost, Grey Ghost from Batman the Animated Series. That Wonder Woman's great by Joel Jones, another Joel Jones statue. These Aquaman statues are awesome. Look at that Black Manta, so sick. But yeah, so that's that October preview. Here is the last issue of previews that I have for you. Stuff that comes out in January. So we got Super Sons by Bendis, which, I don't know, more like Young Justice, I should say. Sorry. But, yeah, I don't know. I'll probably pick this up just because it's Young Justice, but it's not the Young Justice we remember we had previously. It's got some new characters and stuff, so kind of his own spin on Young Justice. So I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. Like, I was excited when it was announced, but now I'm kind of not. But I'm looking forward to seeing, that Superboy again. So we got the other history of the DC Universe. This is a DC Black Label issue coming out. It's more Black Lightning centric. Actually, just issue 1 is pretty much Black Lightning, and I believe it's a 3-issue or 5-issue thing coming out. Prestige format. Seems interesting. I might pick it up. I might try to get all the Black Label stuff. This is Mysteries of Love and Space #1. So it comes out January 30th. It's a one-shot, so kind of in time for like Valentine's Day. Covers by Joel Jones. A bunch of short stories by different writers that I like a lot, and different art. So it could be fun. I like one-shots. This seems really cool. Superman 100-page Super Spectacular by Marv Wolfman. Like, wow, 100 pages, $10. But it's a one-shot prestige format. So I don't know. I'm pretty tempted to pick this up. I'll probably pick this up. I like Marv Wolfman. And I believe he's writing Raven right now. Here's Action Comics 1006 and 1007. And the story arc is called The Rise of Leviathan. So I guess more fighting Red Cloud. There's the Cobra Cult conspiracy that's going on apparently. So I don't know. I mean, hopefully, maybe I'll start reading it again on that. This is Adventures of the Super Sons, issue 6. It says Super Sons are lost in time and space, on the run from the gang and trapped on the planet of secrets and mystery. Superboy and Robin have lost everything and gotten a glimpse of how their tomorrows may end. When the planet's mysterious creator returns for his broken creation, the boys find out that tomorrow sucks as much as yesterday. So that sounds fun. I don't know. I should be picking up Super Sons. American Carnage number 3. So excited. Look at that. Like a cross made out of guns. I don't know. Like this should be on HBO TV show or something. Someone make this a TV show. HBO, make this a TV show. It's gonna be cool. I bet you this is gonna be like a big deal. This is probably gonna be like Brian Hill's like magnum opus. I bet you. I don't know. It might be a long shot. Aquaman 44. It continues on Kelly Sue DeConnick's run. This is her 2nd issue. Very nice cover. Once again, it's like Mira trying to find her lost love. Arthur not knowing what's going on, trying to find himself. So not really digging the storyline, but the art looks beautiful. And I included some art they showed us at New York Comic Con as well. I mean, it might be worth picking up just for the art alone. Like, look at that art. So nice. So much detail and like the colors. It's beauty. So, I mean, I'll probably pick those up. And sometimes the art will hold a story for you. Like Batman. Tom King. Yeah, so here's Batman 62 and 63. Issue 63, I guess, is teaming with Constantine. So that sounds pretty cool. And it's like after the events of the Witching Hour. So, should be interesting. So that makes me tempted to want to pick it up. Next we have Batman Beyond, issues 27 and 28. And I think this is the final parts of that Joker storyline. Yeah, so will anyone survive the final joke? We'll find out. Will Terry's brother turn into the new Jason Todd? I don't know. Next one is pretty cool. Batman Creature of the Night, issue 4. This is the final issue. It's taken forever for each issue of this series to come out. I'd probably give it like 6 or 7 out of 10, honestly, for all the 3 issues I've read so far. It's intriguing. I feel like it drags on way too long, but I am curious to see how it ends. Next is Batman the Outsiders, issue 2. Brian Hill continuing his Outsider storyline. It's just more like Black Lightning being a leader and no one respecting his authority. So, I don't know. It's just, that's how it was in the Detective Comics, and it's a continuation of that and that kind of dynamic. So, I don't know. This one I'm stoked for. I told you already. Here it is, Batman Who Laughs, issue 2. Jock cover, so sick. The Dark Multiverse new Dark Knight is called the Grim Knight. So there he is down there, looking like the Batman Punisher, the Grim Knight. Pretty cool. I don't know. I'm not sure if I dig the name fully, but I love Batman with guns. That's my thing. So I'm so stoked to see like a crazy Batman with guns. That's what I've wanted to see like my whole entire life. Curse of Brimstone number 10. This sounds pretty cool. I guess him and his sister are more like a team, and her sister had like a boyfriend that was called Wandering Jack, who was like a serial killer. So that seems interesting. Here's Curse of Brimstone Annual number 1. It's more like just different like sacrificial ritual things, and I think John Constantine's supposed to be in here. And it talks more about the background, I believe, of that salesman from the earlier issues. So it would be cool to read that. I should probably start picking it up. Here's Damage 13, guest starring the Justice League. So this is probably the last issue, I believe, of this Damage versus Justice League story arc. I'm curious to see how it plays out. And it'd be cool to see Damage kind of be like their Hulk. I don't know. I feel like he could survive and play that role if you give Damage like maybe like a better writer. I don't know. And here's like Deathstroke 39, continuing the Deathstroke Arkham Storyline, I'm not sure how long these are going to play out, how long the story arc's for, but that cover's really cool. He's like, I'm not crazy. He's like, I know, I've seen and heard all this stuff. And then I think that is Detective Comics. That's issue 995, and here's the synopsis for 996 and 997 under Tomasi. And the way these are broken down, I'm pretty sure, once again, like, these 3 issues are their own individual storylines. I'm not sure if they're going to have like an overreaching arc, like a connecting arc, but that's pretty sure there's individual stories. Doomsday Clock, number 9, continuing on, and of course more stuff with Dr. Manhattan. I still loving it. You know, I know you know that. I already told you a million times. But yeah, so cool cover. And here's the variant cover. I believe this one's the variant and not the other one. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this one is the variant cover. Either way, I'm picking up both covers all the time, and that is amazing. Just everyone vanished out of their costumes. And this is from New York Comic Con. They showed us 2 covers of future issues. So that's cool. Dr. Manhattan on Justice Society of America on that little magazine comic thing the boy was reading. I believe it's Nathaniel Dusk centric, this whole entire story. So that's interesting. They're kind of revisiting that. I thought they'd kind of drop off or be a side mention, but nope, they're going to focus on him more. Here's Flash, synopses on issues 61, 62, and 63. And I believe it's more Strength Force stuff. So him teaming up with Powerhouse and got to fight like another bad guy. And I'm trying to remember what name they said of this bad guy coming up, but then here's Flash Annual number 2, and it's a Heroes in Crisis tie-in. So that's kind of interesting. It's kind of, I guess Godspeed gets broken out of the Speed Force, and so that's pretty cool seeing Godspeed again. I like Godspeed a lot, and it's kind of like Flash's relationship with Bart Allen going forward, so I recommend that. This is also from New York Comic Con. It's kind of like Flash Day 1, I believe it's going to be called. So that should be cool. It should be interesting seeing how they're going to, just switch over to that storyline. Or could it be its own separate side thing happening? Not sure. Here's Freedom Fighters number 2. I'm definitely picking up Freedom Fighters number 1. And this looks like a bunch of like Nazi plastic men kind of attacking, which is pretty gnarly. So yeah, I bet that's going to be like a pretty insane series. Next is Green Arrow number 48. And I guess the variant cover is by Neil Adams, it says, but I couldn't find it. But I'm really curious to see what that looks like. And this one has Count Vertigo. I like some Vertigo stuff, so this might be where I kind of pick up the storyline of reading Green Arrow again. And, it could be all weird and psychedelic. I like that stuff. Be cool visuals. Green Lantern number 3. I'm not sure if you guys saw that meme of like, kind of, taking a jab at Grant Morrison of, things going crazy. But yeah, this sounds like a sweet synopsis. He fights the slave lords of the stars. I guess Earth is up on the black market, and it's like, I think the Justice League is frozen or something, but yeah, it'd be cool. This is Old Lady Harley, issue 3 and 4. It looks like kind of like a Beyond Thunderdome with different like Daughters of Bane. So that's kind of fun. I didn't like the Old Lady Harley issue, the old one, the original Old Lady Harley issue before this issue 1 that came out today. There's a previous one. Didn't really dig it, but I might pick this up. I don't know, depends. Here's Hawkman number 8. Once again, combining the elements of all the other old Hawkman storylines and kind of just reuniting them into one cohesive storyline to make them all into continuity. Very cool. I'm sure if you're a Hawkman fan, you're gonna love Venditti's writing on that. Heroes in Crisis issues 4 and 5. I guess Batman and the Flash are supposed to combine their detective skills to investigate what happened in Sanctuary, and they uncover a serious glitch in the system, not to mention explosive spoilerific secret. And I guess Sanctuary wasn't supposed to keep records, but now that the AI is compromised, superhero secrets are leaking all over the net. So then Booster and Harley put aside their differences to focus on who they think the real killer is. So interesting. This is Injustice versus the Masters of the Universe, number 6. I can't praise this enough. It's just insanity. It's just wild. Like, if you love Injustice at all, Masters of the Universe at all, highly recommend it. I'm not a fan of the art, but some people love it, but not me. But the storyline is good enough, and crazy stuff happens where it's worth it. Justice League Dark, number 7. This is more like a Man-Bat, more centric issue. And I guess the other kinds are supposed to burst through the sphere of gods and invade Earth. So it sounds pretty wild. Yeah, and then we have Justice League issues 15 and 16. And I think this is supposed to have like a Hawk Girl versus Hawk Girl. That's kind of strange. And then I think also it says that Starman and the Trinity look to create a wormhole that could transport them to Thanagar Prime. So I don't know. It just sounds strange. It's like, where do you go when you started off so big? I don't know. I feel like these might be like a kind of down step. This is Justice League Annual, number 1. It's just pretty much them trying to fix the source wall. So, I mean, that sounds more interesting to me than the last thing I read to you. But, yeah, I don't know. Could be cool. I like hearing more about the source wall. Next is Justice League Odyssey, issues 4 and 5. This cover looks amazing. Check out all the detail. Like, I guess this one they end up on like a cyborg, like a planet cyborg, where people make mods to their bodies and they like worship Cyborg, and you like almost have like they have like a Star Trek battle, like where you battle to the death, and this seems awesome. Like, look at that detail on that suit. That looks amazing. This issue sounds really cool. Like, I'd probably jump on that point if I wasn't reading it already. This is Martian Manhunter, issue 2. And I guess it says a variant cover by Joshua Middleton, so I'm pretty excited to see these like Middleton variant covers. The art already seems pretty cool on it, but yeah, I hope it's good. I don't know. I don't know if I trust Steve Orlando with this responsibility. But maybe it'll be more good when he's focused on one character instead of making up a whole entire kind of universe, you know? Nightwing 56. This sounds stupid. Like, so you have like 2 Nightwings fighting a Scarecrow, and then like now Rick, as you know, Dick Grayson's calling himself now, has to go and save these 2 Nightwings. So I don't know, pretty dumb. I think DC's really dropping the ball, and Bob Dole. This is Red Hood Outlaw, issue 30. Yeah, so this says he's like comes face to face with someone from his past, and also who's the new wingman, and why is he tracking the Red Hood, and how can he and Jason be in the same place at the same time? So intriguing. Be kind of cool to see Wingman again. And this is Sideways, issue 12. And I guess he got captured from before, and this one says he escapes, and will his quest for vengeance for his mother's death lead to a rift he can't escape or control? So it's kind of one of those, I guess, where he learns great power has great responsibility, right? So he'll probably decide not to kill. But yeah, it's a Silencer 12 and 13. This sounds pretty nuts. I guess it's like the start of the war with Leviathan, which it's been building up to for this whole entire time. And I think issue 12 is like the end of the war already. So real quick. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to that. Suicide Squad number 50. It's pretty much them trying to stop like a global pandemic. And it's an extra like sized anniversary issue. So I don't know. I might read it because it's extra sized. Next we got Suicide Squad Black Files number 3. This cover looks sweet. By Fraser Irving. Like, it's so funny this stuff got delayed so long ago, and they've just been sitting on this. And I don't know why, like what the delay was. I read it something to do with like Neil Gaiman or something. I have no idea why, but apparently they finally got past that, and here it is, about to finally come out. So I'm intrigued. Supergirl 26. She's super captured. She's recovering from like radiation poisoning, and just trying to escape from the Citadel and Harry Hokum. And guess who's the leader? So I don't know. And I guess the Omega Men are returning also. Interesting. Next we got Superman number 7, and this is finally some answers I think we're finally going to get of what happened with John Kent and his time away with Superman's dad, Dr. Oz. This cover looks cool, so hopefully we get some cool answers. I'll probably pick this one up because I want to know. Or maybe I'll just wait to watch someone else's YouTube video. I don't know. Next is Teen Titans 26. I guess this one, like Robin and the gang break into the Batcave. I guess Robin needs to use the Bat computer for some reason, and it looks like they get totally busted from, I don't know, this cover, so it could be fun. So I wonder what they're looking for, why they need to go in the Batcave, and I'm looking forward to seeing the outcome of like Batman flipping out. Teen Titans Annual number 1, and it looks like Robin's had enough of Red Hood's shit. It's like, I just think it's pretty brutal. Like, Robin has a crowbar attacking Jason Todd. It's kind of messed up, honestly. But, I don't know, sounds fun. Next we got the Terrifics, issues 11 and 12. And it sounds cool. Like, the cover reminds me of, like, those Tales from the Crypt kind of things. And the synopsis sounds cool. It's like the bad guy is hunting down all these, like, multiverse versions of Mr. Terrific. And I guess they're all split up and they're all having a terrible time apart and have to find their way back together and hopefully rejoin and help Mr. Terrific stop this from happening. So it sounds awesome. Titans number 32 and 33. I guess they spent forever trying to respond to Source Wall related like threats and stuff from Mother Blood and the Blood Cults. This bad guy looks pretty cool. I feel like all these like cult bad guys kind of all look the same and act the same. But I'm into it. Here's Wonder Woman, 61, 62, and 63. I just remember something to do with like Ares and even like Aphrodite, the goddess of love, kind of, I think is holding like Steve Trevor captive. I don't know, it sounds kind of interesting. I'm not sure if I'll dig it, but I'm definitely going to try it out. Next we got this omnibus by Grant Morrison, which is going to be awesome. Death of the Family Essential Editions coming out. These 2 Blackest Night like editions are coming out. That's going to be awesome. This DC New Frontier is coming out on a black label. So that's going to be kind of cool seeing that. Demon Etrigan. You got Wonder Woman by Alex Ross. Like, I really want all this Alex Ross stuff. The statues look sweet. This like Batman Rebirth cowl looks awesome. This Merciless statue looks amazing. Way better than the Green Lantern one. Artgerm statue, Supergirl, looks amazing. But yeah, so that's everything. Thanks for sticking along. Other stuff I didn't see that we know that's coming out. 3 Joker storyline by Jeff Johns. Here's some art from New York Comic Con of like concept art of the 3 Jokers, kind of who they are, and also who else is going to be in the comic. You got, you know, Batman, Red Hood, Batgirl, and then they also showed these like frames. I think they're supposed to be like a 9-panel layout, and they showed us like 6 individual frames. So you got Batgirl, you got Red Hood, very intriguing. So that was just like rest in peace, and this one's like Thomas Wayne's like tombstone. So who knows what's going on there. You got the Joker, and then kind of like his like origin, like Red Hood, probably transformation, or at least one of them. So yeah, like thanks for watching this extremely long video. I'm sorry I couldn't go over every single synopsis, but like I hope you at least enjoyed some of the art. But yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.